Welcome to the second day of competition of the Tbilisi Grand-Prix. It's the capital and largest city of Georgia, and it lies on the banks of the Kura River with a population of 1.5 million inhabitants. Well, we haven't quite got that number in here for the second day of competition, but there's a good crowd in again, and they're about to sit back and enjoy the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 63 kilo category. That features Dakota Smith-Davis of Great Britain. She's up against Andrea Leszki of Slovenia, and it's a very warm welcome to former world champion Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. Well, these ladies have competed against each other. Dakota Davis has the upper hand in that match, but this is another year and another four-year cycle to the next Olympic Games. And Dakota Davis, world ranked number 10, Leszki world 19. The recent results that we've had from both these athletes. There's the European Championships 5th place 2016 and Masters in 2016, 7th place for Dakota, and her opponent just recently in the Grand Slam in Baku, the Grand Prix in Baku, took a silver medal. She's also junior European silver medalist and also world bronze medalist for the juniors. So this is a young athlete that's up and coming and already hitting some very high targets. Lovely Osotagari there. Koda just seemed to switch off there.
Ooh,
and is now caught
problems
in
there.
The shimmy wazzer, as you can see.
Yeah,
and
had to tap out.
Well, she just seemed to be caught really cold there for some reason. There was a pause. The attack came in from Leszki, and she capitalised and followed through into the knee wazzer, and that was a great win for the Slovenian.
Really angry with herself for getting caught there.
Looks very, very frustrated. Interesting to see what happened there, because it just looked lost in translation there.
Very quick. Leszki was into that very, very quickly.
Well, she looked very switched on there, the determination in her face. Leszki looked like she was Osotagari there. She just got herself that cross grip across the chest, and well, the ultimate mistake that you always make when you get caught like that, you try to get back up as quickly as you can, but the head raises, and she just switched in there for the shimmy wazzer.
It's the combination, it's that shape of execution of that strangle that once they've got the component parts correct, it's almost impossible to get out of it. Coming up next, Kamila Badurova of Russia faces Katrin Unterwertsacher of Austria. It's Badurova in the white judogi, Unterwertsacher in blue.
Well, there's quite a difference between the world ranking and the wins that they've had. Well, Unterwertsacher, 54 wins under her belt. She was the number 1 seed in this tournament, and she'll be desperate to take that bronze medal home to Austria today. 24 years of age, the Austrian is 7th in the Olympic Games, under 23 European champion back in 2013.
Just as the two athletes line up, wait for Katrin Unterwertsacher as they call the athletes to the tatami to see her run on the mat. Unfortunately, we were looking at the Russian. Never mind.
Budrova there, ranked 88 in the world ranking.
She's got that little habit, as Unterwertsacher, of
just
running out.
Off.
Yeah.
Just a way of sort of, I'm fired up and
ready to go. Yeah. We'll catch it next time.
Budrova 20 and the under 23 European Championships took a silver medal last year. She comes straight in there for Sutemi Waza, but looking for the arm lock. Devosaka there looking for some opportunity in Niwaza. Doesn't seem to be too much. Refereeing decide that enough time was spent down in the ground. Came through, looked very difficult there. Bundarova catching that arm as she came through for the hip throw. Oh, the Russian just came in for the Ashiwaja, but left herself wide open. One hand on, as we've seen quite a few times today. Athletes referring to just try and attack with the one hand and not really capitalising and finish off with the two hands on. That's why we're not just getting that real finish to the attack.
What you're guaranteed with Unterwürzacher is out and out attack. She's only got one way to go.
She's got that cross grip there, and she's Sutemiwaza that she's brought in.
Never stops attacking. I mean, she's just coach's delight. Never have to tell Unterwürzacher to get on with it.
Got to slow her down sometimes.
Yeah,
that's the
especially when she's in that lead.
She tends to do maybe just that little bit too much. She's got that lovely deep grip there, that left hand that we know is that the winning.
Problems the minute she got that hand on. There were problems for Badurova. Only thing I can think of is that Badurova may have been blocking with the arm. Well, the Wazari's gone on the board, but they're still looking at something else. And now they've continued. Okay. All right. No harm done.
That left hand there on the belt, but she
she
changed her mind and she let go. But even then, she spread herself wide and did that Kosoto.
In the air.
So she did so well. Real awareness there. Great.
You can't even stop her from attacking when she's under attack.
No, she had no grips whatsoever.
Yeah, she's still
just thought, I'll
throw.
Still get my leg in there. There's Leo Sotomaka Komi following
nicely
right
done.
The Niwaza. Excellent technique. Again, that left, but this time under the arm, close to the belt, and right round the back she goes.
Really open, isn't it? Both fighters looking for an opening.
Yeah, very dangerous ways of fighting, isn't there? There's no holdback at all between these two. It's 1 for 1 all the time. But that's a lovely, superb.
And look at the grip on the right up by the elbow, pulling it across the chest. It was
right
lovely.
Onto the arm.
Yeah. See that jacket really stretched. Chance on the ground now.
A gutsy move there from Budorova. She left herself really in a difficult situation. You got that, but she doesn't have enough of the arm.
Yeah.
Whether she can control that, but she's still
now she'll work for the arm
lock.
lock. Yeah. Twisting in all sorts of directions. It's not going to happen now. He's still thinking about the Osaikomi. Anything.
He was looking for the arm lock, and she was actually sat up for quite some time there.
And that was with seconds to go.
Osaikomi's still there.
It's done now. With seconds to go, she was busy looking at all kinds of ways. She didn't care. Tapped out now, Badurova. Non-stop.
It was a good match. Very exciting.
Coming up, Badurova knows that she's been in a contest there. Number 1 seed getting relegated down into the bronze medal contest. Still came back with a performance that she can be proud of.
Well, it just shows you the consistency that she has throughout these tournaments. She's always a major contender in this weight category, and I think that showed. It was quite obvious here today, and how strong an athlete, and someone really to be watching.
Yeah, she's proud. She's going to battle it out, irrespective of
24 years of age. Come the Olympic Games, no older than 28. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Came here looking for a top podium finish. But didn't. Yeah, she didn't allow the fact that it's not the number one spot to,
Exactly.
down her
And like we
enthusiasm.
spoke about this yesterday, didn't we? Saying that with athletes, they come to win gold. They come
Yeah.
to get into that final, and the hardest part is if you lose in the semi-final, not to get in that final, and then you've got to start fighting back to get a medal. When you're in that final, you're guaranteed a medal, but then you've got to come back into a repechage. It's like starting all over again, and don't normally come through.
Now, Unterweltsacher may rush to get changed in order to watch her teammate, can you believe it, Magdalena Krasakova, in the final of the under 63 kilo category. She faces Edwidja Gwend of Italy. It'll be Gwend in the white judogi, Krasakova in blue.
Well, Gwend has always been a favourite of mine right from the cadet level. I've watched her grow and blossom throughout, and for me, I think she's had an excellent day. Very evenly matched, these two athletes. It's going to be a tough match, but I just think based on performance today, Gwen's most probably got that edge.
Hyun Suk-hee, a referee in the middle, from the Republic
Very
of Korea.
Proud out there as well.
She gave us some gifts.
I know, it's very
handmade,
sweet.
tiny little drums. She came and gave us those gifts during the break. That was very nice of her, wasn't it?
That's really sweet. Kraskova looking very serious out there. She's definitely up for this match.
I'm really interested to see whether Krasakova can use her physical skills to cope with the greater experience that Gwen has at this kind of level.
There is a lot of experience under the belt of Gwen. We've seen earlier on she's got cracking Ochigari, and really brilliant skill there. It makes her very dangerous. It is a battle of trying to get the first grip on. Kraskova trying to throw that deep arm over the top, but Gwen has already worked that out tactically, that's the sleeve she needs to keep and take it with her as she comes dropping under her opponent.
Marco Spitka could have stayed in the chair, couldn't he? Unterweltsacher was in the blue judogi last time round, and so is Krasakova. He could have stayed in the chair. I suppose for TV they like them to walk in and, the whole razzmatazz. But
there's the Ochigari there from Gwen. We've seen it for the first time now. The one thing that she has is that the danger is the Austrian's right sleeve. The hand that comes over the top is very dangerous. She gets in deep enough. She can cause some problems there for Gwen. As you can see, as it comes over, she pulls that shoulder in. It's nice and deep. Now this is the danger for Gwen. And she knows that you can see that left hand being pushing that shoulder and hip away.
And that last attack from Gwen served to get rid of that grip. That was part of the...
all that was down to.
Yeah.
She's got to be careful, because the referee, if sees that again, then that'll be a Shido. I think they give them the benefit of the doubt once, but after that, unless it's very blatant.
There she comes again.
But you see that right hand
and into the hip, yeah.
It's so deep.
Yeah.
And Gwen's panicking now. She's under pressure.
That was Krasakova bailing out there as the grips unravelled.
See again,
Yeah.
that's another, for me, and there's the shimmy, well, whether it's under or not, I'm not sure.
See, this
It's
is where
difficult to see from that angle.
Krasakova's got to be clever, and as that
As she brings
attack
that right hand
fails.
over the top, she's got to make her look very passive when she drops. Tactically, that's what she should be doing.
Exactly, the minute that she drops,
if
just
that was me, that was
stay
what I've
away.
been doing.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not getting involved in that. That was a
She's
failed attack.
really putting so much threat. She doesn't need to throw. That right hand that comes over the top is enough to frighten the life out of Gwen.
A lot of
and
pressure,
She really
yeah.
is backing out every time. Just under 1.5 minutes left, and there's the first Shido.
Shido.
So Gwen's done really well not to pick up a Shido before now.
Yeah.
She really has. Again, that right
Straight
hand
in.
straight. She nearly takes her head off every
Yeah.
time.
She's nullified it by getting her own right arm up there this
Pulls
time.
the
yeah.
elbow in. It's she
Yeah, oh.
locks in. It's a nice grip. She looks very strong on it, and she looks threatening every time. Look at the leg, the knee bending. The Ochigari.
Almost. Good work there. First one way, then the other, and then
That's-
Gwen coming back at the end.
That's how good Gwen is on that Ochigari. Ashiwaza's and the Ochikochigaris are brilliant if she gets that opportunity. It really is who can get that high grip first. Oh, the Osoto into that Macket. The arm slipped over the top. And she was just lucky there isn't the old
Sat
sweeper
up.
in.
Yeah. This is a good battle.
It's really interesting, and you know both have got very big strengths, and it's the grip. If they get the grip, they're the ones that's going to win. They can grip enough and stay long enough in that position to put the throw in. It'll be the winner. And it's how both of them go for that big high collar grip right over the back. Now it is who's going to be gutsy enough, and that's the problem. Who is going to take it on?
See, I think Gwenda's the bigger thrower. Krasakova's physical presence is causing Gwen a problem. That's what I said at the beginning. I was just interested to see how she works this out, because I don't think that she's got the background to beat Gwen in the throwing business.
Powerful enough,
But she's
to
causing us
stand
some.
her ground.
Yeah, exactly.
She's powerful enough to keep her at bay. What Gwen has got is that Ochigari, and in that position, if she catches the arm over the top, drops the head down, and then just allows her to bring her head up slightly, the Ochigari's there.
This is a terrific performance from Krasakova to stay with
so
a
good.
fighter
She's
of this
done-
quality.
She has done so well. This is such a battle.
See, again, Gwen is having to bail out of this because she's, not in a good position. Bit of pressure from Krasakova, just has Gwen reacting in that defensive way. Not comfortable. Takes a bit of time to get to her feet.
And you know what this is? The body language will give her the percentage
Yeah,
that
push
she
on,
needs to
push
give her
on.
that bit more confidence to know I'm starting to break her down. There's a possibility here for me to come through. Again, she throws that right hand. Both of them both go for the right.
See, that last attack from Gwen was from the defensive position.
Yes.
She wasn't on the offense when she made the attack, so didn't look as attractive as it normally does. Gwen is a good thrower, but Krasakova has caused her some real problems here. Way too far away with that. That was a
Krasavka, she's one of these athletes that she's powerful. She'll throw the arm. She knows that when she connects, she can dominate, but doesn't seem to have anything following that, other than looking very dominant. And there's the hip right through. Oh goodness!
and there's the Osaikomi. It's not going to matter
Osaikomi.
about the score now. Really won't matter about the score. She's going to keep the Osaikomi on, just in case they call the Wazari off, and I think they have. That's always the danger.
Well, Gwen did so well to get out of there. She committed herself so much, and this is what it's down to. The one that's going to give that 100% commitment, who's going to be gutsy enough to go first. She did, and it nearly lost her the match.
There's a lesson for everybody who's involved in competition judo, that osaikomi is absolutely vital. When it's a wazari or ippon score, you must secure it and keep that on, and only when they stop you do you say, right, I'm up. Can't go on the assumption that that score is going to stick.
Right to right grip. When it comes to the gripping styles, both are very, very similar.
Nice takedown, end of story, done. And that one is not going to be taken off. Terrific bit of work. Couldn't come from an initial score from Krasakova. We saw that in 5.5 minutes, but the counter was always the danger, and she pulled it off beautifully. That is a terrific win. Absolutely terrific win. Catherine Unterwertsacher, she didn't have to fight her, but she was in the mix.
Yes.
Edvija Gwend was in there. There were some top players in that group, and Magdalena Krasakova came out on top.
Delighted with herself. Well, do you know what? That was an excellent match. A really tough but very close match indeed. And I think when she just put that little bit, she did that little bit too much.
I really enjoyed that conundrum about, having on the one hand a player of Gwen's throwing ability and experience, and the other, the underdog, if you like, Krasakova, who doesn't yet have the kind of weapons that would suggest that she could come out on top of a field like this.
Yes.
But she found a way. She's got something about her. There is something about the way that she approaches her judo and uses the things that she has, which we didn't see with the under 48 kilo category girl, Tatiana Cesar, and we didn't see it in the under 57 kilo category, we were talking about, that had all the attributes but wasn't able to bring them to the party, whereas Krasakova, who, what big technique did we see from her? Nothing really. She wasn't a big thrower.
Just very
absolute
powerful,
fighter there all
determined.
the time. Yeah,
she was out there to win. Her body language, and do you know what? I think what was the turning point is when Gwen stayed down in the Niwaza for that little bit of time. It gave her the extra boost of confidence to say, do you know what? She's broken.
I've got this. Yeah,
she's broken, and I can get in there.
An Austrian gold medal in the under 63 kilo category.
Fantastic.
Nothing new about that.
Nope.
Unterwertsacher has been winning them for quite some time, but it's the first time that we've seen Magdalena Krasakova take top spot.
It'll be a real battle between those two.
Yeah. Right, coming up next, the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 73 kilo category. Wally Kurshev of Russia faces Artur Margelidon of Canada. It's Kurshev in the white judogi, Margelidon in blue. And just to go back to that under 63 kilo category, be a nice little battle with Leszki and Turstenjak.
Yes.
So the Slovenians have got 2, the Austrians have got 2 in there. I can't wait for the European Championships.
What depth. What depth.
Vladimir Nutsubidze is the referee in the middle for this one, the Georgian in front of his home crowd. And it's Kurshev and Margelidon about to go head-to-head and do battle in this one. What an opener we've had.
Well, that was
really
an exciting
good
match. That really was. And it is lovely to just see matches that are so close. And it isn't always about the big ippon that just excites us about it. It's about the battle and the determination that you can see that these athletes have gone through all the career up to this pinnacle. And hats off to them. They really entertained us.
Yeah, I was... I'm not going to lie, I was on the edge of my seat there. That was a good one.
You were getting very excited.
Right, let's see if Kurshev and Margelidon can come up with something. 2 attractive fighters as well. We've had a look at both of them earlier in the day, and now they go head-to-head here.
Kurshev with 2 Grand Prix medals under his belt. World ranked 27th and 27 years of age. Canadian Megladian is Pan American Open champion, so 23 years of age and ranked 22. So this is a very, very close match. Both fighters very, very similar.
Is he the current Pan American champion then, Margeladon?
Yes.
Good man. I mean, in that mix, we shouldn't discount the fact that he would have had to fight at least one Brazilian, possibly. Khrushchev on the board with Wazari, a Cuban. You know, it's a good region down there. Venezuelan, Colombian, Argentinian.
Very, very strong.
I'm not sure whether the Americans have got anyone. The US have got someone at 73 that could trouble Margeladon now, because who is it that moved up from 73 to 81? Nick Del Popolo. Well done, well done.
I remember him fighting at one of the major events and realised that he had moved up quite chunky now.
Yeah, big boy. He was always struggling with the 73s. He found it difficult to make that weight. Khrushchev, Wazari with 2.5 minutes left to go.
Look at them, both of them are just looking at each other at this moment. Khrushchev has had a real battle up to this bronze medal match. It's not been an easy ride for him today. Some real challenging matches. It looks like the Canadian has picked up an injury in the ribs somewhere along the line.
Has he got some strapping on there then?
A bit of strapping in just there, and that Mate, he was holding his ribs.
Khrushchev is
that's got to restrict the breathing as well. Ribs are always a very difficult thing.
Khrushchev struggling with something in his eye. Maybe he took the
remainder
whack.
of the Canadian's finger, most probably. Well, Judo now awarded to both athletes. Khrushchev with the Wazari. A comfortable lead there with 1 minute and 16 seconds remaining. The Canadian looks to be struggling a little bit there as falls down into the Niwaza. Khrushchev on top there, trying to work into the hold down, and you could see the Canadian just tapped up there.
Crushed, isn't he?
Crushed into the ribs, and that was just enough for him to submit.
Khrushchev has just leant down above him and said, "Sorry, pal, I had to do that." No hard feelings, but and you would.
It's never personal. It's only business, as we always say.
Every Osai Waza is squeezed on. You always hear your coach is telling you that, squeeze, put the squeeze on.
If you're that injured, then you just
leave
do
it
not
out.
compete. And so it's hard to say they could have gone a bit easier. No, it's a Grand Prix, and there's a medal at stake.
And that medal goes to Wally Khrushchev of Russia, and he almost apologetically, consoles Margeladon with an arm around, a tap and a smile, and he can go off now. He's done his work. He's taken a medal. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that one.
You can just even look at the facial expressions there of the Canadian. His mind's away. He looks as if he's in pain there. And that's that final turnover. It was just that little bit too much. And even in that position, he wasn't capable. He tried to bridge, tried to roll away.
Too painful. It did look painful. Right, we've got the second of the bronze medal matches in the under 73 kilo coming up now. Jantsey Smagulov of Kazakhstan faces Tato Grigalashvili of Georgia. It's Smagulov in the white judogi, Grigalashvili in blue. Loretta, what have you got for us on these two?
This is the one that I'm really excited to watch. Grigalashvili, 17 years of age. He's only a wee baby. He's not world ranked yet, but what a performance he's given today, and very exciting throughout. What a career he's got in front of him. And for me, top favourite for winning this match, I think.
He's been real entertainment value, hasn't he?
Definitely. And he's definitely a big favourite here in Tbilisi. The support that has been outstanding for this young man. But could you imagine this? 73 kilos and 17 years old. It's a man's weight, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You could sometimes say at the 60s, 66, they could maybe get away with it. But 73 is
schoolboy.
The development and the physical and mental maturity there. And he's just shown everything. Real big prospect here for Georgia. He's a left-hander there, as you can see. He changes both sides, but throws that left hand over the top, and that's where he's dangerous. Smagulov there. That'll pace just a little bit faster than the Georgian. Just hitting him before that left hand came over the top from the Georgian, and the Kazakhstan just straight in to break that off and fire in an attack, which puts the Georgian with a Shido down now. You see the Kazakhstan look, and that's the sleeve grips now he's got. Oh, Grigalashvili then walks straight on to that drop. Sianagi looks to be in a lot of trouble right now. She got the arm lock.
Gone. Turned right time.
Ever so well to get out of that. Just thought it was all over and done with there. Lovely drop, Sianagi. Morote Sianagi, over he goes. Continues to drive off that. Following right through, Wazari scored and right into the juji.
Well, we've still got well over 2 minutes left to go, so Grigalashvili may yet find that Smagulov will blow himself out here.
Well, the thing is, he's got nothing to lose. He's 17 years of age. He's got all that youth behind him. He's
just getting pulled around a little bit.
Dragged around a little bit here, and I think the Kazakhstan's trying to break him down and break the
rough
confidence.
him up a bit.
Just break him the confidence of this young lad. No, Smagulov again attacks him, brings him down, looking for the knee waza. What we do know with Grigalashvili is he's a good thrower. He's strong when he gets that grip over the top. Doesn't seem to be getting the opportunities though. Smagulov there has got both sleeves of the Georgian. He's really struggling. And there's the first Shido. Possibly for the sleeve grip that was starting to look a lot more obvious now. Minute and a half, just under a minute and a half left in this contest.
You can only take so much chasing from an opponent before you become rattled. I just get the feeling that Smagolov,
well, he's in a good
too
position
early
now, and he's got lovely Ochigari. Well, he had to go for it. It was going to be one way or another at that stage, and full credit to this young boy from Georgia, Vigilashvili. He gave a good account of himself. Fantastic performance throughout the day, and has really entertained us all here.
he was doing the right thing. You know, he had to come forward. He was Wazari down, had to put loads and loads of pressure on. And he was pressuring Smagolov. Smagolov picked up that penalty. He was a little bit rattled, but just a little bit loose in that last attack. And Smagolov was able to come up with that Ochigari for Ippon and the win.
Tactically, Smagolov did exactly what he needed to do, is control those sleeves and work off it, and he did exactly that. And when the frustration came in and the time that he had to just open and go for it, that's when he left. He waited for that moment to then pick off. The Ochigari, fantastic. Superb.
Really took his feet from under him, didn't he? See, he's already leaning back here, and he almost pulls Smagolov on top of him. He's just so desperate to get close to him. And it gave Smagolov the opportunity he was looking for.
It was a tough match for Smagolov on home turf.
Yeah.
And behind, with all this crowd that are so supportive and so vocal. They really are.
We come now to the final of the under 73 kilo category. Tommy Macias of Sweden, the number 1 seed, faces Gyostjon Boboyev of Uzbekistan. Boboyev came in here as the number 2 seed, so it's 1 against 2.
Well, there's been a head-to-head between these. Macias is on top at the head-to-head. Goes into this final with that confidence, knowing that he's actually beaten him before. But that's the challenge, isn't it? Boboyev knows that he's got it all to do.
Two fighters making their way to the tatami now. Macias needs this to really secure a place in that top 20, top 10 to look out for in the weight category. You want to avoid those if you can. And with the Europeans coming up, a win here would really help to bump him up and
definitely
keep him in a good spot for the draw and the seeding. Let's have a look at this then.
Uchimata just took
Ooh,
him over. He
it could-
actually
yeah,
lost
yeah.
his balance. He came in and he put all his weight on his supporting leg. That gave the advantage there to Matthias.
Well, Boboyev may be a little bit reluctant to launch an attack now. The last one he launched ended up with him on his back. So be a little bit wary, I think, of Macias and his sharp counters, but he now counters him.
That's it.
A little bit of a whack to the face there. There's 1-1 as far as the
Just
counters are
waited for
concerned.
that. Matthias there.
Oh, beautiful.
Nicely done.
Yeah. Nice turn with the hands.
It's all really about these controlling grips that both have got sleeve and lapel, and it's making a massive difference, especially when it comes to the counters.
Well, there'll be a minor delay whilst we tidy up a bit of a nosebleed that Tommy Macias has picked up.
Well, Macias, we've got a bronze medal in Dusseldorf and a Grand Slam gold medal in Abu Dhabi last year, and also a Grand Slam bronze medal in Tumen. So he'll be wanting to take this gold medal part of the collection. And not many of the number one seeds actually have got to this position, have they?
Baboyev just waiting patiently. You can see that he's had a few bumps and scrapes.
Yeah, a few straps there on the neck, and
he's got that full left cauliflower ear going on, isn't he? The right one looks reasonably untouched, but he's obviously taken a few bangs on the left side of the head. A bit puffy.
Well, they say you're not really a true judo player unless you've got a cauliflower ear. I don't really believe that.
I am definitely not a true judo player. That's for sure.
I was good at ducking.
I was lucky to avoid that. Two and a half minutes left on the clock. Macias the first to attack after the restart. That minor delay to tidy up a bit of blood from the lip of Macias. Just taps away at the foot and then looks for an Osodagari, but it's not there.
Boyev there, he's got very strong grips. He's controlling that sleeve quite nicely. Usota and then tries to switch it to the Makakomi. Loses the grip on the way down. Macias with the Ouchigari. Again, a nice attack. Just didn't have that drive off the back leg. A couple of Ashiwazas there, just trying to break up the balance. Oh! Boyev. Well, he was very lucky to avoid a Nippon there.
Real chance here now.
Really threw himself into that, but left himself very vulnerable. That was so close.
You know what I've noticed here, and it's the difference between the very top fighters and some of the fighters we've got here.
Well, there was a major mistake.
Newaza. I was just about to say, it's that difference in Newaza.
Well, Macias there did Sutemi Waza.
Well done.
Left himself wide open. Now, he's a very, very lucky person to get off that, but what does happen, it puts another Wazari. Boyev desperately trying to keep control of the upper part of the body, as well as trying to take that leg out at the same time. Not an easy thing to do.
And to take time off the clock. That's what he's
definitely
really happy about.
Very busy.
Well, it's all or nothing now for Macias. Had the lead. Baboyev tied it up, and with that bit of work on the ground, has taken the lead now.
Macias there reaches across. Doesn't get far enough, but the block is in. Baboyev will pick up the Shido.
15 seconds.
But it's not going to make much of a difference right now. He's got to go for the big one. The Ouchigari. Is he going to get the lift into the Uchimata?
Almost! It was so close!
Oh, that was
so close.
Well, that was his chance. That was the only opportunity he had there, buddy. Oh, he was so close.
Baboyev has come out of that with another Wazari. I'm surprised.
Well, again, another exciting final.
Right down to the last action, wasn't it?
Yes.
And, you know, for a split second, I thought he was going to take him.
So did I.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to get it in that last second. I really did. It was so close.
So the number 2 seed knocks off the number 1 seed, Tommy Macias of Sweden, but it really was a terrific battle. I enjoyed that. We've had the 63 kilo category final that was absolutely super. Krasakova and Gwend, and now Baboyev and Macias to follow in the under 73 kilo category. 2 really, excellent finals.
Some real great performances.
Let's have a look at some of the highlights from this one.
She that last attempt there where he got the Wazari.
Oh, and he does get turned, yes, down onto his side as well,
onto
absolutely. Good call from the referee there, Frank Dirch. Who am I to question Frank? Big Frank. Right, we come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 63 kilo category. Let's take a look at the athletes lined up down at the far end, and I'm really interested to see the celebrations between Catherine Unterwertsacher and Magdalena Krasakova. Let's keep an eye on that, just see how big a hand she gives her. And there is Catherine Unterwertsacher receiving her bronze medal from the Education and Coaching Director, Mohamed Maridja. Andrea Leszki of Slovenia receives her bronze medal. And there is Edwidja Gwend of Italy with silver medal. The gold medal, however, goes to Magdalena Krasakova of Austria. The prize money is being presented by Shota Harbarelli, the former president of the Georgian Judo Federation, and himself an incredible competitor, after whom a throw was named, the Harbarelli.
Oh, the Harbarelli.
Yeah, Harbarelli, and there he is, Shota Harbarelli. There's the man himself. And now the national anthem of Austria. Was that Natalia Golomidova in the crowd up there, bronze medalist from yesterday in the under 57 kilo category, watching on.
Well, Gwen doesn't look a very happy lady.
As you said yesterday, you don't win a silver, you lose the gold. Quite rightly pointed out. Let's see. Oh, there is the shot. Yeah, the pair of them together. Yeah. Right, Valentina Maltseva of Russia faces Gershak Sabina in the first of the bronze medal contest in the under 70 kilo category. It's Maltseva in the white judogi, Gershak in blue, and here is Loretta Cusack-Doyle.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. Maltseva, well, as as always, a great performance today. Second place in the Grand Slam in Tumen last year. Ranked 48th in the world ranking, but she's up against what I feel is someone that's up and coming, that has shown some real excellence in her judo today and such maturity. 20 years of age, junior world champion, junior European champion, and under 23 European champion back in 2015. Well, that, and when you look at her track record, Gershak, unbelievable what she's managed to achieve in such a short career as a junior, and now hitting some really top benchmarks here. Sodi following through in the Makakomi. Great start. Gersak picking up the first Wazari. To the Makikomi there, you see, nicely executed. Slight height advantage.
There's some fighters that come on the scene and you just have this feeling that they're going to do something special. Gershak is one of them.
Yeah, definitely. And what a prospect for the Hungarian team at the World Championships that are going to be hosted later on this year.
The funny thing is, we've got the Europeans coming up. I'm sure she's going to be there. Here she is battling it out, and so many are not. You know? And we know that the World Championships are in Budapest this year, home ground. Is she going to miss out? No way.
I don't think so. Not after the performance that she's put on, especially today. Well, both athletes picking it up a Shido apiece.
And she'll be right up there as a medal prospect, you know.
Oh, a lovely combination there.
Not quite coming up with the score. I think the referee gave one initially, and then they waved that off. But she's an exciting fighter, you know, another fighter who's a little bit like Unterwürzacher, always busy and always looking for an opening.
She's got a very strong grip there, very extreme one-sided. It's like she's teasing her with the Oso Tagari, waiting for her to make that mistake.
Maltseva not happy with that penalty that she picked up. She feels as though she was forced into that.
Good combination there with the Sodi into the Koichi there. Following it through into the Niwaza, looking for that Shimiwaza. Sianagi. Oh, she's piling all the pressure on now. The Russian has to really do something special here. She's got a minute and a half, capable of coming back from this. Gosek constantly in there first, straight off the grips. No Sotogari from Maltsiev. Just wasn't deep enough to get that score. Well, there's the mistake. Maltsev came in for that Osotogari. She teased her enough that under pressure she took it eventually and was countered into the Makukomi, scoring another Wazari and now into the Osakomi. She does well to get out of the Osakomi, scoring another Wazari. So 19 seconds, as you see, she teased her enough by showing her the Osota. Maltsev took the bait and then fell on the receiving end of that Makikomi. Lovely Kochi. Well, it looks like Maltsev has just thrown in the towel a little bit there with seconds left. And a great win for Gersek.
She's an excitable young fighter, and the only flaw that I can see in what otherwise is a really, nice progression from cadet to junior, junior to senior, is the ability to keep a lid on the emotions. Just a little bit, she can get rattled.
And again, that just comes with experience, isn't it? To be able to control those and not to show and give any percentages away to your opponent. It's that poker face.
Yeah. So, first of the bronze medal contest in the under 70 kilo categories to Gershak Sabina. Right, coming up next is the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 70 kilo category. Natasha Ausma of the Netherlands faces Anna Bernholm of Sweden. It's Ausma in the white judogi, Bernholm in blue, and here is Loretta Cusack-Doyle with information on this pair.
Well, Ausma, I'm not have much information on this young lady, but than she's ranked 65 in the world ranking. And but Bernholm, well, there's a lot to say about this young 40th in the world ranking, 4 Grand Prix medals under her belt and 4 Continental Open medals. Has outstanding performances and has today been very, very strong and consistent. Got to be one of the strongest for a medal here. Well, straight away Ausma looked to fold on the first engagement of grips. Bernholm straight in there, piling the pressure on her Dutch opponent. In the meantime, lost her kit as well.
I like sometimes to look at the matchups, styles, experience, and how these things go head to head. Who's got the greater experience, or who's got, who's the bigger thrower? How they get to work things out. And Bernholm, oddly enough, although she's new in the category, is vastly experienced because of all her work in the under 63 kilo category.
Yes. But she's settled in very quickly into this weight category and looks very comfortable. Even the shape of her, the size, she's actually a natural 70.
She brought that physique with her. She didn't have to grow into the weight at all. The second that she stepped out in the 63, she looked, made for 70.
A good 70 kilo player. As well with the Ochigari there. Bit of a wake-up call in the first seconds in this contest. Looks a little bit apprehensive there as she tries to throw that arm over the top. Bernholm, you can see with that left hand blocking inside, now takes it over the top, across the back end of the collar. Sutemi was
straight for the arm
straight
as well.
into the arm. That was what she was looking for.
Can't get that right leg underneath the head.
She's swinging it through now. She'll
Yeah,
turn
she
her
has now.
opponent. Taking her down.
Here it
Rolling
comes.
over. It's there.
Did we see her arm lock someone earlier
Yes,
on? Who
we
was
did.
it? I can't remember now. Yeah, go for the Osai Komi as well.
So if she doesn't get one, she'll go for the other. And
then the arm again. Got her head trapped. Just got to squeeze out there, and then referee will give you a bit more time. Yep.
She's still got that arm.
Yep.
So she's not out of the woods yet.
Yeah. Well done to Natasha Ausma for battling her way out of that.
Really well to get out of there, but again from Bernholm, some nice knee waza. Some real change of direction. She never gave up. She looked for different alternatives from the from the Osakomi to the arm lock. Again, she throws that left hand over the top, hooking in with the Ouchigari. Bernholm's favourite technique is the Uchimata, so it's one of her strongest throws. She works it with the combination of the Ouchigari, a rear technique, gets the reaction and swings through for that Uchimata.
Both fighters pick up penalties. I kind of thought there was enough action going on.
I did think from Bernholm, I'm surprised that she's there with the two Shidos now already on the board, and we know that that's a very dangerous situation, but
I mean, she's picked up a Shido, having almost arm locked her, and then had her in Osaikomi a few seconds ago. Yeah.
Yes.
What was that for then? That not count for anything?
Kosota come round the back, but right onto the leg at that Uchimata.
Koji now.
Oh.
Yeah. She's got to make that decision quicker.
She's bouncing from
Yeah.
one side to the other, and she's reacting based on how her opponent is sort of threatening her, and rather than saying,
I'm going to go for this.
Is the threat good enough?
And go on.
It's really, she has to, like you say, make that decision, make that choice and go for it.
And the first penalty that she picked up was for wrapping the leg around. You know,
Yes.
you don't see that a lot, but that's uncertainty. You wrap the leg around because you're not sure which way to go, and you know that your opponent can't throw you because you've hooked your leg in. It's Uchimata or Kouchi, one of the two.
Well, that's...
And she picks up a third penalty for wrapping the leg round, but she's attacking the leg. On this occasion, I don't agree with that.
I don't know if that was one that she should have received. I was looking at that leg and seeing if that was hooked around.
I didn't think she wrapped the leg around this time. But, they've decided. We've had one look at it where it was dangerous. She's thrown it in there, and we were talking about that exact thing. And Bernholm, in a way, has gifted that to Ausma.
Well, definitely has. It was a real opportunity of taking a medal here.
What she had to do to take a bronze medal at a Grand Prix. Bernholm was, for the most part, the aggressor,
Totally.
irrespective of whether they were standing or in Iwaza.
Totally dominated that match and didn't look at any time in danger. Well, this is going to be quite an exciting match.
We come now to the final of the under 70 kilo category. Elvismar Rodriguez, representing the International Judo Federation here, faces Maria Portela of Brazil. It's Rodriguez in the white judogi, Portela in blue.
Well, the number one seed meets the number two. Well, again, two top seeds are now into the final, which is nice to see. There's been a few upsets in these top seeds, but here we have 1 and 2 predicted very well, and here fighting for this gold medal. Rodriguez in Baku, she took the silver medal, and also in Paris the bronze. 20 years of age, world ranking position 4th. Portela, world ranking 8th. There's not much as far as the world ranking, but there is a lot in maturity. 9 years a difference between these two.
Is there a
young
head-to-head?
ladies. As far as I know,
I'll just check that.
check that. I'm not quite sure. I don't think there is. Oh, Portela straight in with the Cianagi. No messing around there.
Yeah, she trails. She trails the head-to-head 2-1 at the moment. Rodriguez won the last time out when they fought in the Pan American Championship. She took the bronze medal. But on the two previous occasions, she's lost out. So
obviously, the time where Portela was at a real peak, sort of real prime in competition.
both fighters pick up a penalty. Yeah, well pointed out by Loretta. That is to say that the two early occasions when Rodriguez lost out, they are now, in terms of how long Rodriguez has been around, they're well in the past. The most recent head-to-head was in April of last year, and Elvismar Rodriguez won that.
I only think she was 19 years old, so she would have been in her middle teens when she'd lost before. So it's just quite, when you've got that difference of maturity, it's a woman against a young adult.
Things have changed now. Some of the Brazilian supporters, Erica Miranda on one side.
It's a Shido apiece, 2.5 minutes left in this contest. Portela playing a very tactical match here, using that experience to gain the percentages here in this contest.
Portela looking just that little bit more cagey than she usually does. She's quite an aggressive little fighter, but she's obviously... I think
where you're saying little as well, this is the disadvantage with someone like Rodriguez. She's very tall, but she's quite strong. She's very compact with it, and with those arms that come over the top can also make Portela look very passive. And that's where she has to start looking. She has to keep her distance. She has to move around her opponent and take... It's like picking her off, taking the sleeves and just being first. Tactically, that's the way she should be working. For Rodriguez, she needs to slow her down, get over the top and draw that head in and start getting those legs across.
Ooh, almost a slip there. Rodriguez couldn't settle herself in time to get involved in the nearwaza. She would have looked for the shimiwaza, but that opportunity went begging. Inside the last minute now. No score yet. Both fighters have picked up a penalty apiece.
You see Portela with the sleeve grip. Keeping that Rodriguez's right hand down as much as you can, but you see that right hand flies over the top. That's the danger. And Portela knows that, and nearly cost her.
Yeah, well, as soon as Rodriguez was in there, Portela bailed quickly, didn't she?
Down to the ground. She hit the deck. Now the referee will see that, but needs to let her go with that
he's
because
put that one, yeah.
It looked to being so powerful that it knocked her to her knees, but in fact it was actually the Brazilian dropping as quickly as she could. And she fires over the top. And
see, that's what she's waiting for.
And there is looking for the newaza.
She's waiting for the opportunity to counter Rodriguez. I think that's a dangerous game to play because she's a powerful thrower, Rodriguez.
Very powerful.
We know Portela is known for the uranagi and the big counters.
It's not going to work here, I don't think, on this athlete. For me, for Portela, she really needs to do the Sianagis or hit the feet, the Kosotas, Ochikochigaris, knock her to the rear rather than try and take her over her back.
And she comes again. It's across the face, though, that Shimiwaza. She's tried that a few times, hasn't she, Rodriguez? Keen to try and do something on the ground. This could be the Pan American Championships here, the final. Well, it was certainly the bronze medal match, we know that from last year, but it could very easily be the final. A preview from for next month, because they've got their championships coming up next month.
At the same time?
Yeah, well, a week before. They've staggered all of the Continental Union Championships now. So
Portela trying to keep that right sleeve, as you can see. It's frustrating Rodriguez a little bit.
Almost.
But she's very powerful, and she nearly took that on with her.
It's another one of those illustrations of when you get underneath your opponent, you feel that you've got a chance. Got past the defence there, couldn't finish off the technique. Just lost control of one of the hands.
And it's looking more and more like that it would be someone who's going to make a mistake here, whether it be a very poor attack and a drop or just a passivity. Portela has to be very careful. She is holding that sleeve, but she takes it with her. She's doing well with it. Oh, yes! That was a nice step through there. First time Portela looked like she was really dangerous out there.
Yeah, let's get on with it.
Well, I think it's a little bit of a nod for Rodriguez, though. She needs to put one in, and I think that's maybe the little sign that she should take, that she's got to be first. Portela needs that right sleeve. That's
enough for an attack. Don't want to guard that lapel too much.
Yeah, see, that's what's going to give her a penalty if she does that again. The referees most probably just noticed it. It's getting to that stage. They've got to find something there.
Just stepped the wrong way. Yeah. Who's it better for, Portela or Rodriguez, the longer they stay on the tatami?
Well, they both look very good condition, don't they? Neither one of them look like they're flagging at all here. She's taken that right sleeve, and that's the crucial point for Portela, keeping that right sleeve and working off it. Rodriguez struggles without her right hand over the top.
Why not? Keep it going.
If Portela can get that sleeve again and puts a drop in, I think that will be the decider.
It's so close in golden score, isn't it? The decision to let them continue or wind one up.
It's now who does enough at this moment. It looks like Portela's just hitting her first. Whether it's a counter or the first initial attack.
Last roll of the dice, unless Rodriguez attacks first here, this will be it. Portela could
definitely
really
Portela
go for it. Just put in a good attack.
If she gets in one more, then this will be the decider, I'm quite sure. Again, she's got that right sleeve and she's doing very well tactically. She's got this contest just right. But it's using it. She can't just hang on to it.
Got to get out of that corner as well. Come up with an attack now, or else this is it.
It's that right sleeve she's got to keep. That's the danger. Cleverly done.
Yeah,
she broke
safe
the
enough.
grip and then came under with the Sianagi.
And safe
So
enough
she
not to
was
get
waiting for
countered.
it. Yeah.
Yep. Well, it was the experience of Portela there that really told. She came up with the stronger, more frequent attacks in the golden score period.
Yes.
And there was just a hint there of Rodriguez being too tired to generate sufficient enough action to warrant continuing that contest. So it's Maria Portela of Brazil, who, having lost out last time they met, comes back with a win and now leads the series 3-1. She takes the gold medal in the under 70 kilo category.
Very, very good tactical fight for Portela there. She played that match just perfectly. Wasn't the most exciting thing to look at for spectators, but for a judo point of view and as a coaching point of view, she did what she needed to do to win that match.
We've got the awarding ceremony now for the men in the under 73 kilo category. Right, the bronze medals go to Jansei Smagulov of Kazakhstan and to Uali Kurshev of Russia. Silver medal goes to Tommy Macias of Sweden. And the gold medal goes to Gyozjan Boboyev of Uzbekistan. Uali Kurshev and Smagulov having a good chat there. And now the national anthem of Uzbekistan. Smagulov, Kurshev were the bronze medalists. Macias took the silver, and it was Boboyev who walked away with a gold medal. Right, we've got the last of the weight categories coming up now. 2 bronze medal contests followed by the final, the first of the bronze medal matches features Owen Livesey of Great Britain. He's up against Saeed Mollai of Iran. It's Livesey in the white judogi, Mollai in blue.
Well, again, Livesey a little bit more expensive, more experience on the international scene, but not really too much between them. Livesey ranked 17th in the world ranking Muliev 13th, took a silver medal in Baku a month ago, and lives the European Open in Glasgow, won the gold medal. Both 25 years of age. You see Livesey on our screen now as he jogs onto the mat. Well, a good strong grip there from Livesey, but the Sutemi Waza attempt wasn't as strong as I'm quite sure he expected. Silver medalist in Baku, had an outstanding performance a fortnight ago. I'm quite sure he'll want to continue repeating that performance here today. Strong left hand over the back there of Livesey. To draw his opponent onto the hip. Just touching Livesey's right leg, trying to draw that leg back.
Single Shido picked up by Livesey in the first 2 minutes. We've got another 2 minutes to come now. Let's see if one of these fighters can come up with a score and liven things up. Just being pressured on the edge there.
The Ashiwazas are there from Mollier.
Now Livesey picks up the penalty for stepping out.
Yeah. Now, so this puts them under a lot of pressure. The Iranian, as you can see, with that left hand on the lapel, controls quite nicely and puts Livesey under a bit of pressure as the head starts coming down, looking very scrappy there.
Yeah, just got pulled about a bit, didn't he?
A little bit frustrating there for Livesey. It's that left time, every time that left hand comes on, it's controlling his right side. Now there was the time there where the hand came off, that left hand came off. That was Livesey's time to come through. Still didn't feel confident enough to make the attempt. Livesey dropping down there, but under pressure, under a lot of pressure, as you can see. Coach there, Luke Preston. Lovely drop Sianagi there from Mullier. So just under half a minute left in this contest. It's only 2 Shidos, both to Livesey.
Malay will be rather upset that he hasn't been able to score on Livesey and end things without having to go into golden score, because when they do, any score will win it now.
Yes, anything will win it, whether it's a score or penalty.
Yeah, and that's
Malay
exactly what he's saying. One score. Luke Preston, one score will do it. I'm sure that the Iranian coach is saying the same thing, but
yes.
in Iranian, I can't lip read Iranian.
The difference here with the Iranian, he can pick up 2 Shidos now.
Yes.
Without it costing him the match. Livesey can't afford any penalties now.
He can the only thing that you can think about is a positive score.
He's got to throw. And
yeah, I might have given that.
I would have close to given that to.
Yeah, and she does now.
Ollier.
Yeah, Hyun Suk Hee eventually gives the score. She was reluctant to, because it was rather a sit down and a push down.
Exactly, but it was
Yeah.
what he classed as control all the time.
All the way down.
And when you
yeah.
look at it in that sort of light, you say, Livesey, why did he drop? He was under pressure.
Yeah.
He was under pressure. It wasn't something he set up and executed. Sutemi Waza. He was under pressure. He dropped underneath his opponent to get out of trouble.
And when you look at the criteria for a counter and the classification of what constitutes a counter, everything that Malali did there involved that. The only thing that may have been lacking was speed.
Yes.
And because it was slow, does it not count? I'm afraid.
No.
Yeah.
Just means you get to look at it very.
Yeah, you got longer to go.
A lot longer to look at it.
Yeah.
And better for a referee to make a decision.
And here it is. Actually, it wasn't. There's nothing to argue about here. I thought it was worse than it actually was, but look. Absolutely. He's even thrown the leg in at the back, and he's got the arm going down. Yeah.
No, he directed that straight down. If he didn't have anything to do with it, that would have been just Owen sitting directly on his.
And one final thing, what is Owen trying to turn off? If nothing's happening, what's he trying to turn off?
Yeah.
The last thing that gives me the impression that he's being thrown is him attempting to get off his back.
Yeah,
You'd only do that.
Total upper body control there. Spread his opponent wide and then flattened him onto his back.
Aziz Kalkamanuli of Kazakhstan faces Denis Kalanin of Russia. It's the second of the bronze medal contest in the under 81 kilo category. Kalkamanuli in white, Kalanin in blue. How old is Kalanin? Have we got an age?
Kalanin is 22 years of age.
22, just a boy, isn't he? Yeah, young, fresh-faced Russian.
One continental medal under his belt.
Okay.
Favourite technique, Tsuchimata.
Well,
a little bit more experience, Kalanin. From Kazakhstan, 24, is 2 years older, but ranked 54 in the world ranking.
Kalanin is way down on the list of Russians.
Yes.
And they've got some real quality there, not least of all the current Olympic champion Hassan Khalmuzayev, Aslan Lapinigov, Alan Kubetsov, who was here, Ivan Nifonzov, former world champion, Ivan Vorobev, Zirazuddin Magomedov. There's a whole lot of them. I'm not going about.
The list goes on and on and on.
Those are all just Russians who are ahead of him. How he ever got a look in at an event like this is
just amazing that
lucky.
You can have an athlete come in like that's so far down the list.
Yeah.
But be here in a bronze medal position.
Rustam, he's Arsen Pushmakov we've seen. The rest of them we don't really know but definitely Magomedov, Vorobev, Nifontov, Kubetsov, Lapinnikov, and the current Olympic champion Hassan Karl Musayev all head Denis Kalanin in the Russian hierarchy, and I've left out Sergei Ryabov and Stanislav Semenov.
For the national coach of Russia, he's really smiling from ear to ear, isn't he? Really, with that depth.
They could have an under 81 kilo category competition just on their own with only Russians in, and it would still be quality.
Imagine the national championships is most probably stronger than most of the international events that we have. And he's doing extremely well here. Uchimata, they said that it was his favourite technique.
I'm not sure if any Russians went up from 81 to 90 recently. No, not to mention.
Well, it's a Shido piece here, just halfway now through this contest. Kazakhstan drops there for that Tayatoshi.
He's beginning to unravel. Kalkamanuli.
He looks a little bit under pressure now, doesn't he?
I think Kalanin has weathered that first storm.
He's building up now in confidence, and as you can see, he's a lot livelier on his feet as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle now.
Well, a lovely drop, Sianagi. Oh, yes!
Well, why would you climb all over his back?
Oh.
You know,
Well.
why would you do that?
Well, he'll learn a big lesson from that, I'm quite sure. It's just one of the complete no-nos is why you actually walk over someone that's doing a drop Sianagi. Well, that's the reason why.
His right leg is he's already underneath him, so the right leg is trapped. It's the left leg, you've got to bring that on the other side. You can't step over there. Now both, he's right underneath you.
I think your reaction is when someone drops underneath you like that and your head is going forward, your natural reaction is to try and stand up straight, but for you to stand up straight you need to move forward with your feet. So when the feet moves and they keep driving, you tend to walk in. It's a natural movement for them, and it's a way to try and stay on balance, but as you can see, that's
we'll have a look in the replay. The right leg he's already underneath and between the right leg there,
and he tries to walk forward
right,
to
he wants to try and engage him with the arm lock as well. He's trying to set that up already, look.
And what happened, he ended up tilting him that he was hopping on one leg.
Well, he ran that risk.
Fantastic.
He should have dropped the hips here and stayed behind him. Just drop the hips.
Oh, well, he won't do that one again. That was beautiful.
Oh dear. Wrong choice. Wrong
that
choice.
Was an oh dear. Did I really do that?
We come now to the final of the under 81 kilo category. Victor Penalba of Brazil faces Alan Kubetsov of Russia. It's Penalba in the white judogi, Kubetsov in blue. And in the middle, to take control of this one, is Turbat Enkhetseg of Mongolia. She's the referee. I think she's proved quite competent.
I think the ladies have done very well in this tournament. There's been quite a few female referees that have been outstanding.
There is Penalba,
number 1 seed, world ranked number 10, the Pan American champion, and gold in Timan back in 2014. Betsiev, 23 years of age, ranked 15, so only 5 positions below his opponent, representing Russia. A great grip there. Oh, left himself a little bit open for the Ouchigari. Penabo looking to control his opponent's left sleeve and does that quite nicely, taking it across with him, working on the ashiwazas. Betsiev left-handed, as you can see there. The danger is when he gets that high collar grip. The Brazilian holding on to that sleeve quite nicely there tactically. It's playing very similar to it. Teammate Portela.
Kupetsov, the number 3 seed this morning, did the business, knocking off the number 2 seed in the semi-final, Said Moulaye. We saw him take the bronze medal earlier, so he's had to go.
He's had a tough round
against 2 and 1, yeah.
Well, Penobel is really playing a very tactical match here, keeping the left sleeve, using his ashiwazas. He needs to start putting in a few more attacks. Laloso Tagari there, but countered. Betsiev anticipated that move. Wasn't strong enough. Well, it looked from here that there was a score, but obviously from the other angle.
He pulls him on top of his body,
on top of his own body.
Yeah. Erica Miranda, star of the show. A few times the camera's been up there. Well, at least pointing in her direction. But it's one of those long lenses, you know, they can stay half a mile away and still get a shot.
Got to be careful again.
I'm not even going to ask why.
You never know what you'll see.
Okay. A little over a minute left to go. Nicely balanced contest there. Kupetsov just shading it
very, very
for me.
Close. Definitely, he's a lot stronger. Kupetsov looks as if he's the one that's capable of throwing, but only if he can get that grip. That left hand, he's that high collar grip. That's where he's really dangerous, and that's where he does a lot of his throwing off of. Penobel tactically just holds on to that sleeve, keeping it down, working from it. Betsiev, oh yes!
Well, he's not shading it anymore.
No, definitely not.
He just lit the arena up with that one.
Fantastic.
The Georgians love that, by the way. It's their kind of judo.
But the only thing is the leg grab.
Well, let's see if there was hand to leg in it. If there was any hand to leg, there won't be a score. There'll be a Shido then,
Yes.
and Kupetsov will be out. because he's already picked up 2.
That's it. That's the.
Oh.
So
What's coming next?
why? Yep, the leg grab.
Oh, it was Penalba. No. It's got to be the other way
The other
because
way.
it's got to be the other way. Yeah.
He's still clapping, going. It's mine.
Yeah. No, not to
No, it's the
Penalba.
other
It's give
one.
to yeah. Shida, and he's out.
Kubetsiev
Yeah.
takes the next,
Yeah.
because it was the first.
Yeah. Well, it's unfortunate that it's worked out that way. There's a technicality there. I mean, a wry smile from Penalba. He knows he's been lashed, and yet he's going to walk away with the gold medal here. He'd already picked up the 2 penalties. It's a 3rd penalty. He's not being given Hansoku Make directly for the leg grab. He's given Hansoku Make as a accumulation of Shidos, because he'd already picked up 2.
Because you can get one, you get one warning, and that's the Shido with the leg grab. There it is.
Well, there's no doubt about it.
Yes, he grabs.
There's no doubt about it. He's all over him, and it's,
Using it to enhance.
Yeah, he can't exactly. He cannot complete that technique without the
that
use
grip.
of that hand to leg, and that's what we're looking to avoid.
Yes.
They're really, really good reasons. Believe me, I know there are a lot of people at home who will say, "Oh, the leg grab rule, the leg grab rule." You have to have been around judo for long enough to remember what judo looked like when we allowed leg grabs.
Yes, it was a bent over stance. It was more looking towards the wrestling rather than judo, and it was starting to overlap, that you couldn't really identify the 2 sports because of the way the head-to-head situation, bent over and constantly grabbing the legs and over the top. It was more grappling than it was judo.
And a reliance on certain techniques. Let's just quickly run through the bronze medal winners in the under 70 kilo category. Natasha Ausma of the Netherlands, Gershak Sabino of Hungary. The silver medal goes to Elvisma Rodriguez, but the gold medal goes to Maria Portela of Brazil. Of course, it's a controversial
There'll be a lot of people
point.
saying, well, that's judo, and that was a perfect throw. But
Yes.
the rules are the rules,
Yeah.
and you can't touch the leg, and you get penalised. They've made it lesser that you only get a Shido, but when it was a golden score, you already had 2
And he had 2
Shidos.
Shidos anyway.
So-
So yeah.
He sacrificed the medal for it.
The whole shape and content and nature of competitive judo changed with that leg grab rule. Of course there were going to be downsides to it, but there's so many pluses. I'm really sorry.
Definitely, there was a lot of
Yeah.
positives from
Yeah.
reducing the amount of time you grab the leg.
Now the national anthem of Brazil. Well, Rodriguez has got something to work out between now and a few weeks' time, when the two of these may go head-to-head again in the Continental Championships in Pan America. But she was number 1 seed here today. She's absolutely certain to be number 1 seed at the Continental Union Championships in Pan America, because, you know, she's got the points again, and it will be Portela and Rodriguez going head-to-head again.
That'll be very interesting to see how that goes.
They're all a
It
happy
looks like
bunch.
Brazil must be in the top of the medal table so far.
Yeah, we had
48's a gold
yeah.
medal,
Yeah, Koyama
medal
yesterday, yeah.
and the under 81.
And under 81s were Penalba. Yeah. That was a gift, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Or Christmas. And Kubetsov came across as Daddy or Santa Claus, one of the two. Well, we've got some highlights from today's action, and then we'll be back with the last of the awarding ceremony. Stay with us, and we'll be back in a moment. Well, we can chat about this conundrum for the Austrians. I think they're going to send both of those. If they're going to Europeans.
They've got to send both. Performed excellently, so they can't leave one behind.
That's great news for them. And a terrific bit of work from Krasnakova. Really pleased for her because she doesn't leap off the page as one of those dynamic, striking, got to look at this fighter or whatever, but she does what she does really, really well.
Powerhouse, isn't she? Yeah. She generates so much excitement in her contest, but she's not one of the most technical athletes out there. But where she loses in her technical expertise, she makes up in determination,
fighting skill,
strength,
good spirit,
good judo spirit.
Right, we have got the competitors in the under 81 kilo category lined up now. That's the last of the awarding ceremony that we've got for you on this second day. Let's take a look and see who it is that's down there. The first of the bronze medal goes to Aziz Kalkamanuli of Kazakhstan. And Achilles, the refereeing commissioner or refereeing director from the International Judo Federation, just presenting the bronze medal there to Saeed Molali of Iran. And the silver medal goes to Alan Kubetsov of Russia, beg your pardon. The silver medal goes to the Russian, and it's Victor Penalba who takes the gold, the Brazilian. Kalkamanuli and Molali take bronze medals. Alan Kubetsov of Russia won the silver, Victor Penalba the gold. And I think Loretta Cusack-Doyle is quite right. The Brazilians top the medal table at the moment on day two with 3 gold medals. The Georgians have picked up 2. They picked up the under 60 kilos and under 66 kilo category on the opening day. Russia won, France won, Austria won, and Uzbekistan won. We'll be back tomorrow with more action from the final day. Goodbye from Tbilisi.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.